Hey, what's happening, guys? This is Tyler from Valve News Network, and today we're going to be talking about Black Mesa Source. In case you didn't know, Black Mesa Source is a complete overhaul of the Half-Life 1 game in the Half-Life 2 engine. This mod has been in development for many years, and many people are getting mad that it has not been released yet, when really there is so much information about it, it would probably be able to hold you over, but only if you were able to look for it. So today, let's go through just some of the information that is available, and yeah, let's get started. Now let's get started with a little timeline. Now this mod dates back to 2004 when Black Mesa was born out of two separate mod teams. Leak Free, which was formed in September of 2004, and the Half-Life Source Overhaul Project, which was started in October of 2004. Now both teams had the same ambitious goal of recreating Half-Life in the Source engine, and neither team knew the other's extents until Leak Free lead John Dobnowski began publishing in the Half-Life2.net forums. After discussion between the two project leads, the two development teams merged, resulting in a team of 13 members by the end of December of 2005, and Black Mesa Source as we know it was born. And on May 10th, 2006, a security breach was discovered when images from Black Mesa, not previously taken by developers, were distributed on a Half-Life forum from the mod build codenamed Alpha 5. Now, John Domnowski stated on the Half-Life2.net forums, this is not expected to delay development for very long, as most of the content leaked was older versions of most of the maps, and our security measures have already been increased and improved. On January 26, 2007, celebrating their ModDB win, the development team presented their first video, a teaser video which includes flybys of test chamber, blast pit, residue processing, Limbata core, and the surface tension dam areas. You are watching this video now, and let's watch a little bit more. On November 30th, 2008, the second Black Mesa video trailer was released to enormous acclaim. The trailer focused on mainly in-game footage from the mod, with a finish date of 2009, which indicated that the development team were aiming for a 2009 release, and obviously this is untrue, but let's watch a little part from that video.
I had a system crash about, 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess.
Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Gordon, get away from the peak. Attempting shutdown. It's not shutting down. Oh no!
In early 2009, it was estimated that between 30 and 40 people were actively working on Black Mesa. And on July 11th, 2009, a Twitter feed and a YouTube channel was created to allow the development team to present smaller updates more frequently. A few of these include animation tests of the bowl squid, particle editor tests, conveyor belt testing, the ceiling sentry test, and a video about bubbles. On March 17, 2010, the development for the co-op mode in Black Mesa Source was officially ceased. Now, this does not mean that there will never be co-op in this game. It could be made by a separate mod team, but the official version of co-op for Black Mesa Source that should be released during the same release as everything else was ceased on March 17, 2010. And finally, on July 26th, 2011, some of the voice actors for Black Mesa Source did an interview on the Steamcast Snack podcast. Now, on this podcast, they premiered some of the newest voice acting footage that they had, and they compiled them together in like an dramatization type of thing, as if you were actually playing the game with sound effects and everything. There were 7 of them in total. Let's listen to a few of them now.
Freeman is here. Move in.
Open fire, Gordon! Open fire!
We need backup. God damn!
Yeah, targets move, jackass!
We're gonna kick your ass. God damn it! Fire in the hole.
Hands up!
Wouldn't it be fantastic to get some pure readings for a change?
Of course. Can you access the mail server?
More or less. I'm rather looking forward to this analysis, aren't you?
Ah, absolutely.
Fascinating. Would you just look at that? Are you 100% sure that theory of yours is correct?
Drop it.
Oh, be honest.
I said drop it.
Oh, Jesus! Franken squid!
Wait! Maybe you can reason with it.
Oh, shit!
Good God, man!
There's one less horror in the world.
Well, do you have any idea what to do next?
You're not scared, are you?
Did you hear that?
I got you! I got you!
And as you can see through some of these recordings is that there are female characters, although they are all female scientists that you will encounter throughout the game, as you did with the male scientists in the first one. There will still be male scientists, but they will be mixed between males and females. Another thing that you may have noticed is that all these voice actors that work on this mod are fantastic at what they do. They all are like one-to-one on what they're portraying, and it is amazing. It makes you really look forward to this mod because of all the time and effort that the developers have put in to finding such great talent as these voice actors and mappers and coders and texture designers and everything about the mod. This is why it's so great. Now for the last part of this video, we're going to go through a few of the levels that were leaked in that Alpha 5 that I talked about earlier. Now keep in mind that these are super early development parts of the levels. So early, in fact, that these are actually developed back in 2005, when only they had about 6 months of being the Black Mesa team themselves. Remember that it's like, oh geez, 6 years after that, and they have a lot of time to be able to tweak everything and get everything finished. It was stated in that Steam Snack podcast they have the majority of the levels locked down for launch, and all they're doing now is a playtesting stage and just tweaking it and polishing it and making it as perfect as they possibly can. So, to get it started off, let's look at the map labeled Black Mesa Anomalous Hole. As you can see, this is obviously the Anomalous Materials chapter from Half-Life 1, and from what you see here, they did a really nice looking job for being all the way back when they only had like 6 months of development time. Now, as you can see, there are no NPCs, there is almost no computers, nothing extra added on the walls or anything, and the only things in the office that you can see are just a few computer consoles and, you know, a few chairs and filing cabinets. So I guess that the way that they make these levels is that they'll just go down with the basic room structures first. Then they'll go on to textures, and then they'll go on to, you know, adding in little items to make it as close to the original as possible. Although if you take a look at this, they really do expand on everything that we knew originally in the first Half-Life by adding other rooms, expanding the reaches, and just using the full potential of the Source engine, which is very large compared to the Gold Source engine that we were using back when Half-Life 1 originally came out. Limitations on the Gold Source engine, of course, were very prominent, and a lot of the things that the developers at Valve, when they created Half-Life, weren't able to put a lot of things into it. So I guess what the Black Mesa team is really trying to do here is trying to make Half-Life have its full potential and its original intentions of being a game, which is just an enormously awesome idea and really complements the gaming community in general, if you think about it. So yeah, this is Black Mesa Anomalous Materials Hull, and as you can see right here, this is the Resonance Cascade stage that I'm going to have to stop right here because there is a better version of it that we're going to watch. Testing. Everything seems to be in order.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays. Stage 2 emitters activating now.
I've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon. It should be coming up to you any moment now. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
It's probably not a problem. Probably, but I'm showing a
Nothing
small
you need to
discrepancy.
worry about, Gordon. That's it. Go ahead.
Overhead capacitors to 105%.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please, work as quickly as you can. Get him out of there. Shut down
Shutting
the
down.
equipment and someone get him out.
Attempting
Gordon,
shutdown.
Get away from
It's
the
not.
beams.
It's not.
And that's it of that map. It just kind of freezes at that black stage, and there's really nothing else in the map. I completely uncompiled it with Hammer, and that is pretty much the extent of the Residence Cascade that was finished all the way back in 2005. Now, the final map that we're going to take a look at today is one of the multiplayer maps, and it is, you know, everyone knows it. It's Crossfire, and they actually had a really nice job done on Crossfire all the way back in 2005. And this is a very early iteration. There are some missing textures, there are a lot of missing models, and there aren't any weapons placed around other than the crossbow. But, you know, let's take a look at it. Okay, here's what we know about the Black Mesa multiplayer. All of the original maps from Half-Life will be recreated in full Black Mesa glory, and all of the multiplayer character models will be redone in, you know, full Black Mesa glory. Other than Robo, because, I don't know, no intention to do Robo, which is kind of sad. Robo was my favorite one. Anyways, other things that were said is that it might be possible for them to release a multiplayer beta, although, as, you know, the release obviously is going to be drawing closer, that might not happen, but this does, and it's my favorite part of all Half-Life.